gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Do I know what's going to happen? No, I'll guess. But
We win one tomorrow. That's called a winning streak.
Alright, I'm not a fucking athlete. This is my fucking way. This is how I win.
Adapt or die.
What's happening, everyone? Welcome into another episode of the A+ Sports League Podcast Championship Round. Picks, preview, trivia, everything under the sun. I'm your host, Matty Mai Tai. Follow me on Twitter at Matty Mai Tai. With me, as always, is Nick Cometa and Matt Libanati. What's happening, guys?
Not a whole lot. I was curious. We got some new coaches here, especially you two with your teams. I didn't know.
The Chargers did reach out to me. I am the new assistant water boy.
I just made a boy. How do you guys feel about your coaching decisions?
I have not choked on any food recently, so they did not reach out to me. The Falcons. Get what I did?
I see what you did there.
See, no, the Falcons made a weird pick. I don't like it. I don't think the Tennessee offensive coordinator, Arthur Smith, I was about to say blank, is that great. I mean, didn't really show up in this playoffs. Kind of showed up on the last playoffs. But I mean, he's been with one organization for 15 years, it seems like, and
yeah, he's been with the Titans, I think, since 2010. So
10 years maybe it was. I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
So I mean, I like the GM, the scout from the Saints. That was a good GM selection because the Saints have built a good team, and I think he was a crucial part in picking up a lot of those defensive guys. So I do like that because they tried one defensive coach who just, I think, had really good players and couldn't really implement a good defense, and now they got a guy that can really scout good defensive guys.
I am happy for Matt Ryan that they chose an offensive coach for his last few years with the team here. So it wasn't a Brian Dable, Eric Bieniemy hire, but
they picked a good guy that implemented a good run offense.
Yeah, with all the running backs you have.
And the Falcons have no running backs, no offensive line that can move the ball whenever they want.
and you're $30 million in debt in the cap. So
yeah. I don't understand what the transition is there, but hey, maybe it's going to be a good 5-year run where he does nothing.
Well, unlike your coach, who has 10 years of experience with one team, my coach, my new Chargers head coach, is the complete opposite. He has 4 years of coaching experience in the NFL, 3 as a linebackers coach, 1 as a defensive coordinator. He was a college quarterback at Dayton University. I don't know where he came from. I don't know how he jumped on the scene. I love him. I mean, I've just started to watch some interviews and kind of do some digging on him, and every single person that talks about him in the NFL says he's one of the smartest guys in the room. Every single person. Louis Riddick, Sean McVay, Scheffner, I just keep hearing it. People think he's the smartest person in the room. And it's actually funny. I really wanted Dabble from Buffalo's offensive coordinator, and he was the front runner. We met with him, I think, via Zoom, and they loved him, and he looked like we were going to hire him. They met Brandon Staley and gave him an offer that day.
Yep.
That's how much he wowed the room. I saw his press conference today. He looks great. And to be honest, I do like the fact that we are actually going to get a defensive coordinator as a head coach because he can fix some of the issues we have on defense. He gets his Aaron Donald with Bosa. He gets his good secondary player with Derwin James, like Ramsey for the Rams defense. He gets Kenneth Murray, who is a first-round linebacker, and he's a linebacker coach, so I like that. And then, hey, offensive coordinator, you call the plays. So now my head coach isn't calling the plays. Can't fuck up and worry about that. He can actually focus on calling timeouts at the right time. Time management, unlike motherfucking Anthony Lynn.
And challenges.
And hey, maybe he'll fix the special teams too. I don't know. We'll see. But I love it. I think it's a great move, and I'm curious to see who he's going to bring in for the DC because we don't have Gus Bradley anymore in that terrible fucking cover 3 defense. So.
Yeah.
I love it. What other moves were there? There was the
Eagles and the Lions is the funniest one to me.
Well, the Eagles just got Nick
Sirianni
from the Chargers' old offensive coordinator. He was just most recently with the Colts. He signed today. Interesting one. Good play caller. not much experience.
Well, I mean, just speaking of him, I'm sorry, this is a nice transition, though. I do think that we need to pour one out here, or figuratively on the podcast for Phillip Rivers. Nick Sirianni went from with Phillip Rivers on the Chargers, moved to Indy with Phillip Rivers. That's a big reason why Phillip Rivers went there. And I just, in your honor, Bird, I did want to pour a little one out.
Pour it out for Phillip Rivers?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a sad day, but you know what? Number 17 played 17 years, 252 consecutive games, fifth all-time in passing.
Kids.
Fifth all-time in passing touchdowns, fifth all-time in passing yards, 25 kids by the time he's going to die. But hey, that's the man, the myth, the legend. He'll never win one, but maybe Herbert will.
I think Dan Campbell is going to be, what a surprise, we'll see. I think it'll be a bad decision by the Lions with Dan Campbell, who was an interim head coach in Miami years ago, and he's just like the most manly man as it gets in terms of head coaching in the NFL, and just always
he just looks like
through a brick wall. Like
he just looks like a training room guy. Like
yes,
like
strength and conditioning coach.
Exactly.
And that's what he started off as. He was the interim head coach and didn't do well in Miami, but I think it'll be another new coach in Detroit here in a couple of years.
Well, Nick, what were the other ones? It was Urban Meyer in Jacksonville, which is laughable. Who was the other ones?
Jets.
Oh, Jets. Yeah, solid.
Oh yeah, wow, an actual good decision by the Jets.
Yeah,
Holy
that
shit.
one's good. That's probably my favorite signing. If we didn't have my Chargers didn't get Staley, I'd want him.
It's shocking that both Bieniemy and Dabble looks like they might not. I mean, if I were either of them, I wouldn't want the Texans job right now.
I'd take it if I was Bieniemy. Get Watson, do your thing. You're going to struggle for a year or two, but it'll eventually be fine.
But if you've never been a head coach before and you're trying to make, why go to such a dysfunctional situation where you're set up to fail?
You got a franchise quarterback.
You're set up to fail.
I'd rather take that one than the Atlanta one, no offense. It's got an aging quarterback.
Fair.
But
I'd almost rather just sit and wait another year, but that's me.
See? Okay. Speaking of choking, Nick, I know it was a long way since you said that, but as we recap last week's picks, it looks like you did choke a little bit, huh?
Yeah, whatever. I mean, Saints threw the game away. Didn't expect freaking Mahomes to go out of the game.
What new player is dead to you this week?
Jared Cook is dead to me. Two turnovers.
Not Michael Thomas?
2 turnovers. I don't really think that's much on him. Drew Brees,
He couldn't even run routes.
Yeah, he wasn't that
I
good.
mean, he's banged up. I mean,
But
Jared
it
Cook
would've
just
been
let one
better
go
off.
off his hands and then dropped. Like, I mean, that's
Agreed.
not injury
Didn't
related.
hold the ball and then just literally bounces one off his hands.
So do a quick recap. Last week, Nick went 1-3 against the spread. Lib went 1-3. I went 2-2. And guest picker Chris, who was not on the show last week but sent us our picks.
Picks are not official.
So he was 4-0.
Alternative facts.
Nah, I don't know about that.
As for our locks, Nick lost his A+ lock at Saints -3.5. I won my lock, the opposite side of that game, Bucks 3.5. Lib won his lock, Bills -2.5, and then over-unders, we all lost. So no point in reviewing those because we were all over the place.
Yep.
But on the season total, that puts me 1 game ahead of Nick and 2 ahead of Lib. It's a big championship week.
I mean, I have no chance if I'm 2 back and there's 3 games left in the year, so.
Precisely.
We're different on every game.
Well, I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about Nick. Me and Nick I might just have to pick who he's picking just out of principle.
Be quiet.
I'll pick first this week if you want.
Yeah, go ahead. Pick your first pick and start off with the first game.
I'm just glad we have 2 what look to be great championship games.
These are very exciting matchups. I don't think I've seen 2 conference championships this good in a while. They have their own nice little narratives. So anyway, let's start with the first game. We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady at Lambeau Field against the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers. The spread is Packers -3.5 at home, over under 51.5. This game I keep going back and forth on.
Why do you go back and forth?
What's for your Super Bowl pick last week?
Well, that's my problem. Packers look great. Obviously, last week I made the Bucs my Super Bowl pick, but Packers look wonderful. They put up 32 against a good Rams defense. Aaron Rodgers had a pretty good game. 23 for 36, 296 and 2. They ran the ball efficiently. It's hard to pick against him. But The Buccaneers did exactly what I thought they would do. They went in, they beat up on the Saints. The defense looked good. The linebackers were moving all over the field. Devin White had a hell of a game. The defense didn't allow too much rushing. First quarter, it looked like they were soft, but they picked it up in the second half. Stopped the rushing game for New Orleans, and it was really about the Saints turning the ball over, but the Bucs didn't shoot themselves in the foot when they had the opportunities to do so. Tom Brady, on the other hand, 18 for 33. That's not great.
Nope,
it's not
good.
It's not going to get it done. But they were able to run the ball, and I mean,
this isn't as good of a defense. The Packers defense has been playing better recently, but the Saints defense is another level.
That's the thing. They got past the tough Saints defense. The Packers defense is not even fucking sniffing the Saints.
Yep.
But their offense is better than the Saints.
Yep.
So it's going to be an interesting game. I'm going with the Buccaneers. Sorry, Buccaneers plus 3.5. They are my Super Bowl pick. I'm going to keep riding with them. Can't give up on them now. And even if for some reason they do lose, I don't think it's going to be by more than 3. So I'm going with the Buccaneers here, and I think it's going to go over, guys. I think Rodgers can take apart any defense. So put up 32 on the Bucs. I think he can put up 32 on the Rams. I think he can put it up against the Bucs, and I think Tom Brady is going to get his.
The Bucs are going to score more than the Rams could without Cooper Kupp and with injured Goff.
Exactly.
And I'm going to go to you, Matt, because this is your Super Bowl pick.
Is it?
Are you?
You're the only one that.
That's why I'm
your Super Bowl picks.
You still have the Chiefs, but you had them losing to the Saints.
No, I have the Chiefs winning.
You had the Saints winning it, but I'm sticking with the Packers here. I think that they are going to cover this spread. I mean, I think that the Rams D-line with Aaron Donald at 60% health, which is rough whatever he was percentage-wise last week, I think with the other players they have on that D-line, it's still better than this Tampa Bay D-line. I think Rodgers is going to be able to pick them apart. I think there's guys in the secondary against Tampa that Rodgers is going to be able to pick on, whether it's Murphy Bunting, Carlton Davis, Jordan Whitehead. And if Tampa chooses to blitz Rodgers as much as they did last week and as much as they did the last time that they played the Packers, I think that Rodgers and Adams are going to be able to pick them apart. Rodgers is on his little revenge tour. He's dancing in practice yesterday. He's clearly loose and feeling himself. And the big thing here, because this was such a coin flip for me with this spread, is I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop with the Buccaneers. They have been such a high variance team all year, so up and down, almost losing to the Giants, kicking the shit out of the Packers a couple of weeks before or after, I forget which. And I just...
Oh, you brought up a great point. I forgot about this. This was a revenge game.
For whom?
Oh, the Packers, but
yes.
Tampa Bay kicked the shit out of the Packers earlier in the year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Brady and Arians have clearly figured out how to mesh because they are so diametrically opposed offensively. What Brady does well and what Arians' lifestyle or coaching style has been for 20 years.
Lifestyle too, probably.
Right, yes. Drinking a lot of beer, not eating strawberries. I think that they figured out some of the offense, but that there's still you lose and you're knocked out now. And they've been such a high variance team. I'm waiting for that week to come.
I'm going to go with the Packers as well.
Oh man, on the Bucs, I love it.
Low man on the Bucs, and the reason is that I look at the team that's playing better at the moment. The Packers are playing better football at the moment than the Buccaneers are. The Packers have been the more consistent team throughout the year than the Buccaneers have. The reason why they lost that game, they won that game. I don't think it was because of the Bucs. I think the Saints blew it away. I think they turned the ball over. Breeze made some mistakes. They weren't on cue. And Aaron Rodgers is not going to be not on cue with his wide receivers. He's locked in with Adams, obviously. He had a good game with Lazard. He had a good game with Scantling. Tanyan's looking good. He has the 3 running backs, 2 and 2 basically. They've been
using all 3.
That have been getting the ball just as much. They're pounding the ball up the middle. They pound the ball against the Rams, and I think they have the better defense than the Bucs. And I think they dominated in their element in Lambeau. The last game they played was 38-10 in Tampa Bay. I know it doesn't matter, but traveling does matter, especially in the playoffs, in the cold. There's going to be people
Brady
in Lambeau.
Brady can't play cold games, can he? He doesn't like to, but he clearly
wins in cold
I know.
games. But is he going to be throwing the ball well? I don't know. He did throw the ball well.
Is he going to throw 50%
last week in a
again?
dome? Threw weak in a dome. I mean, he wasn't hitting his guys. I don't think they were getting.
How many more balls can fucking Chris Godwin drop though? That's gonna stop at some point. Godwin is a very good receiver.
I think the Rams. The Packers have just too much of a mesh on offense to suddenly be stopped from a Bucs defense that I don't think is as good as the Rams.
Chris, our guest picker, he chose the Packers as well. And he also thinks it's going to be under in this game in terms of the score, 51.5. What do you guys think on the over-under?
At 51, I mean, it's two potent offenses, and the Packers' defense isn't that great. The Bucs' offense is good, but I think both teams are going to put up 25, 30 points. I think it's going over.
Nick?
I'm going to guess the over, but I just don't really like a lot of points in playoff games, but
it's a lean. I'm not.
Well, we all took the over, and I think that to enforce that over, I think that you are right. I think Aaron Rodgers will get his in the passing defense. They're against the passing defense of the Bucs. Their run defense has clearly been their strength. Their front seven is the strength all year. So I think they're going to have a hard time running the ball, and they're going to have to air it out. But I could see Rodgers getting a couple of turnovers. He had 2 turnovers against them. Week 7, week 6. He had 2 turnovers against them. I think that the last time he had 2 turnovers for that game was like 3 years prior.
What does scare me here is Rodgers does tend to lose these big games every once in a while, and it's that week.
So it's the thing. NFC Championship games, they like to go over. In history, the last.
You already jumped into trivia?
Yeah, you're blowing your trivia?
No. Since '88, over has gone 19-14. The over has, but 5-1 in the last 6 conference championship.
All 3 of us are leaning at minimum over, and Chris, the guest picker, is the under. So.
Yeah, Chris took the under in this, so he's the lone man on the under there. I mean, you guys kind of briefly talked about it. I just want to say, I don't love Tom Brady, but I've seen it enough. We live in New England. I've seen it over and over again. Cold weather playoff game. It's like Giselle must just give him sex all week because he just like walks out into the field. He's like, playoff football? I'm like, cold? No problem. I'm just going to zip it. Like, I don't know what it is. He just always seems to pull through in these games. And I have seen Aaron Rodgers lose at least 2 playoff games at Lambeau in my life, which seems weird, but we'll see. I think it's funny because we're going to have the old man dynamic. It's 2 guys who both have Super Bowl rings. Rodgers needs his to cement himself as a historically good quarterback, and Tom, if he wins the 7th one, it's just laughable. So
now, if he wins his 2nd, he won't be tied with Trent Dilfer. He'll just be tied with Eli Manning for rings. So,
well, rings aren't everything, guys.
I know. Okay.
Just ask Philip Rivers. Okay, that'll do it for the first game. I think we should hop into some trivia real quick. Nick, what do you got for us?
Well, obviously, it's going to be some conference championship history.
Algie Crumpler.
Algie Crumpler is not correct.
Damn it.
Algie Crumpler will never be.
We're going to go with the most conference championship appearances in the NFL of all time. Which teams hold the record as the most conference championships of all time?
So multiple teams? Or tied?
2 teams tied at first.
Pats, Cowboys.
Steelers and Patriots.
Okay, let's recap again. You got Cowboys, Patriots.
Yeah, I'll stick with Cowboys.
You have Patriots, Steelers.
Give me a second. It's definitely Steelers.
I'm just confirming.
Yes, Steelers, Patriots, fine.
Okay, close. Steelers are 1. The Niners also have 16.
That was the other one.
The Patriots have 15.
Damn.
The Cowboys have 14. The Oakland Raiders, the LA Raiders, they have 11.
I was this close to changing it to the San Fran because they have the 2 most.
No,
Pats.
no. that will be
The next question.
no. Most Super Bowls of all time. Here we go.
Steelers and Pats.
No, I'll switch it up. But no, a little taste for conference championships. Steelers and Niners. Obviously, Steelers could have made it closest here, but that offense kind of fell apart.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I think they're going to.
You guys think Big Ben's going to retire? We just had Phillip Rivers is gone now.
No.
Eli's gone.
I hope he retires, and I think he should retire, but I don't think he will.
I think he's going to, with that painful of a loss, starting off 11-0, I think he's going to come back for one more year, and it'll probably be a mistake.
He didn't look good. He fell apart towards the end of the year, and he's old. His shoulder's falling apart. I just don't get it. He has multiple rings.
Yep.
Retire. And I also just am really selfish and don't want him to pass Phil in the all-time passing touchdowns and yards.
Do you really want? Do you think Dwayne Haskins and
I forgot I saw that
Mason Rudolph are going to take over that team?
They just signed Dwayne Haskins to a one-year deal. I saw that like an hour ago.
I mean, no, but I said this when Lib and Nick showed me a Steelers fan getting upset when they got knocked out of the playoffs, and I look back. Do you realize they have 6 losing seasons? 6 since 1970.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what? I at no point ever will be like, oh yeah, the Steelers are fucked if they lose like their quarterback. Because guess what? They'll figure it out. They seem to always do. They're probably, I think, the premier franchise, close with the Packers in terms of just homegrown talent and having quick turnarounds of teams. Historically, it's just.
I mean, it's those two. Unfortunately, it's the Ravens have also been.
Ravens are good too.
Have always been good. And then obviously the Pats for the past 20 years. So, yeah. But yeah, agreed. I fucking hate the Steelers. Fuck the Steelers again.
But yeah, hey, Tomlin and Haskins sounds like a TV show. All right, any more trivia, Nick, or was it just?
That was it.
Oh, okay. Nice. Good to know. One day the Chargers might be on that list.
No.
Around about a year or two before the Bengals are. Don't worry.
Maybe. You know who was definitely not going on that list? The Falcons. Anyway, all right. Let's jump to the second game of our slate. We have the Buffalo Bills going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs are favored by 3 points at home. Over-unders at 54. Patrick Mahomes has been playing this week, but still not confirmed.
Has been practicing, yes. Limited participant on Tuesday. I think a full participant today on Wednesday. I might be wrong on that. We're recording Wednesday. But
I mean, he should be fine considering he didn't even suffer a concussion in the game. But
it is such a load of shit.
You know, I'm taking the doctor's word for it. He seemed to not think it was a concussion, and I'm gonna go with the medical expert on this one.
Practice 2 days, hasn't had any symptoms. What's going on? He's playing. Everyone knows it. He's the highest.
He's gonna play.
Concussion or not, he's playing. Yeah.
How do you pass NFL concussion protocol? You'd be the number one quarterback, highest paid. You go into NFL primetime game where they need to see a better game.
A championship
game. And it's like, oh yeah, that's how you pass concussion protocol.
I saw Colin Cowherd came out with a take. I forget when it was this week, but it was just like the NFL. If Mahomes can't clear protocol, they need to delay this game and play it next week. And it's just like it's just Cowherd being Cowherd, trying to get attention. But like he's going to play. There's no way the NFL is going to allow Chad Henne against the Bills in a championship game to start.
I just think he's fine.
We'll see.
It's not even an NFL thing. I think it's just he's okay.
I think he's fine as well.
Even if you're tweeting right after the game, I think you're doing all right. Granted, I'm sure an assistant did that, but
the last 2 days he's gone into concussion protocol and no symptoms at all.
Yeah.
So I think he's fine. Practice 2 days. Looks fine. Probably gonna play.
So
I'm more concerned about his turf toe that I'll get into once we start talking about this.
I agree that turf toe is
start
bad.
It off and then I'll.
Oh, okay. I get to start again.
Do you want to start again?
No. It's fine. The champ will start. That's fine. I'm okay with it. How ugly was that fucking game last week against the Bills and the Ravens? 3-3 after the first half. And then Buffalo got a nice pick six to put them back in the game. Lamar ended up sitting out. Bills didn't look great.
They looked awful.
They didn't look great. Josh Allen, 23-37, 206.
Bug-eyed fucking Justin Tucker didn't miss a time. He looks like he's shocked every time. Oh, wait, I can miss a field goal? Yeah, you suck now. Deal with it.
I wouldn't just say he sucks now. He's like the best kicker in NFL history.
Yeah.
outside of Stephon Diggs, that offense looked anemic.
Mhm.
They rushed for 2 yards.
They have no
2 yards of carry on 16 carry. They have Devin Singletary.
rushing game, especially with Zach Moss out now. They haven't most of the year.
Singletary has been rushing more than Moss all season. I mean, not every single game, but overall, Singletary has more carries than Moss, and he's more of a receiving back anyway. So, like, he should be out there most of the time anyway. They're just, without any sort of established run game, you're putting it all on Josh Allen. I mean, Josh Allen only had 3 rushing yards himself. He wasn't even really getting around. If you can contain them, and they're not running the ball, I think the secondaries are going to be able to take advantage of them. I mean, the Chiefs secondary is a strong point of the defense. They can't stop the run very well, but you got Breeland, the Honey Badger, and crew out there. I think they're going to make it tough for Allen. I think they're going to blitz him a lot and try to get pressure on him. And if they don't let Diggs go loose on him, I think they're going to struggle. And, I mean, the Chiefs looked fine against the Browns before Mahomes went down. Like, they missed on a couple of touchdown opportunities, settled for field goals, but they were moving the ball like with ease. Mahomes went 21 for 30. They were rushing the ball decently well. Darrell Williams, of all people, was having a good game. Lev Bell looks like shit still, but hey, he can pass block. And then, I mean, they still have all the weapons. Hill, Kelsey, Hardman. Give me the Chiefs -3 at home. They'll have fans in Arrowhead. I think Mahomes is going to be completely fine for this. Turf toe, yeah, that'll limit him. He's probably not – they might not do design runs anymore. Maybe change that up a little bit. But outside of that, I think he's going to be fine. He might have to rush once or twice, but –
You're changing your Super Bowl pick. I'll keep my Super Bowl pick. The Chiefs -3.
I didn't really care who they were playing because I knew it was winning. Yeah, give me the Chiefs.
Chiefs -3. And that's just – I mean, Edwards, Hilaire may be back. But I think the defense of the Chiefs kind of can play what they need to. I think their passing attack is a little bit weak, which is why the Bills may stay in the game with Diggs. But I think Tyrann Mathieu will be kind of shadowing and in that safety position towards his way a lot of the game. And I think the Chiefs provide a bigger pop on defense. They hit hard, and I think they just have the more complete team. Never going to pick against Mahomes at home. It just seems like the easier pick. And I've said this the last 3 games have looked bad, but I think the Bills are just not there yet. I think they need some growing pains. They need to lose one game just to get over the hump to maybe get there. But.
And it's such a different. The Bills are going up against 2 completely different offenses dynamically. I mean, you have Lamar Jackson rushing quarterback. Like, you got to worry about the tight ends and stuff. You still got to worry about Kelsey. It's completely different.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
No, but they were playing, and yes, they only put up.
You have the Chiefs. Sorry, Lib.
Yep. They only put up 17 last week, but they were playing an actual good defense in the Ravens, and the Chiefs' defense has been mediocre. And last year, when they went on that crazy Super Bowl run, the defense sort of hit its stride at the perfect time, and they started playing really well in the playoffs, and we haven't seen that yet from them. I mean, the Browns just put up, I forget how many on them.
17. Okay,
only 17 with none of their only Landry as their good receiver available, and
I mean, Odell's been out all year.
Yes. That offense compared to the Bills' offense, I think that John Brown still had a decent game last week, 8 for 62. And between John Brown and Cole Beasley only had 2 targets, no catches, but they've got a man beater, they've got a zone beater, and then Stephon Diggs is just all around. And I think that this Bills defense, if Mahomes is hampered by the turf toe, like you said, Bird, it's just going to be no real designed runs, but even the scrambles are part of what makes Mahomes so great. And so I just think that if he is hampered by turf toe, that this Bills D has the athletes to make Mahomes uncomfortable and just spy him. And if he keeps up his normal tendencies with limited athleticism due to turf toe, I think that the Bills defense has a chance to, really make him pay and make him suffer back there. And I'm taking the Bills here, +3. They were my pick to go to the Super Bowl. What pains me is I really feel for Bills fans. And so what's worse? Winning this game and then getting the shit kicked out of you by the Packers potentially, losing to another Super Bowl? Or would it be better just to lose this week and be like, Because no matter what, even if they lose by 40 this week, this is a good season for the Bills.
You just left out the option of them winning the Super Bowl.
Well, obviously that's an option. I just don't see it happening. But
You just think the 5 falls of Buffalo are coming.
What's going to hurt Bills fans more, losing this week or getting to the Super Bowl and having 2 weeks to prepare?
Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying. Sure. So I want them to win. I took I don't know why you wrote the Chiefs for me. I took the Bills, but I don't want to see them heartbroken. How many? Did you see that? All their Dick's Sporting Goods and Sports Authorities and everything are like so loaded up on folding tables. They've just got piles and piles of folding tables in Buffalo sporting goods stores. It's great.
Couple notes: last 10 years, the host has gone 8-2, winning the game for championships. Home team is over since 1970, 35-15 at home. Against the spread though, 29-20-1.
Okay,
Right.
a little worse. Chris, again, guest picker, is choosing the Bills. So he is with Team Libinati here, and he is going with the under. 54, guys. What do you think of the over-under?
Little note. 17-17 in the last 34 over-unders, but they're on a 6 and over the last the under is 6-3, and the only 2 reasons why the over hit in the last 2 is because of the Chiefs.
Okay.
So
you're saying the Chiefs should be over?
Maybe not.
What do you got?
I actually like the I would go with the over in any Chiefs game.
I'm leaning under here. 54 is a lot, and I could again see this being a 24-21 sort of game.
I'm pulling up the weather report in Kansas City because 50% chance of showers.
All right, under.
But rain at what temperature?
Over.
44.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
10 mile an hour winds. So
we're getting no good snow games in the playoffs. It's disappointing.
Did we look at the Green Bay?
I looked yesterday or earlier today. I don't think it's anything crazy.
I mean, I think the last 2 of the last 3 years the Chiefs have had a playoff snow game. So
snow showers in Green Bay, 29 degrees.
Yeah, on Sunday, 50% chance of snow. Bam. You're gonna get your snow game.
Is it gonna be a fucking dusting or is it gonna be 6 inches of snow?
8 feet of snow?
But I don't want 2 inches of snow.
Oh, that's perfect.
Just give me at least 6 inches. That way I can actually feel it, man.
Your wife doesn't know what 6 inches feels like. Too far?
That's the joke I was making.
Really? I couldn't figure that out. Thanks. Over under Chiefs Bills. I'm gonna go under.
Yeah, have some fun with it.
I went over in the first game. I think
over. Let's see some points in some championship games.
I mean, you're on Team Chiefs, so what do you think it's going to be? 31-24? That's what you need to get over the 55. Or 30-27, which gives us a push. Something like 31-27. That's the only way you're getting over here. It's a lot of points.
I don't see it.
It's a valid argument, Nick. Some great points here.
I'm going with the under in that game.
I just don't.
Nick has the over. You have the under?
I honestly don't care.
I lean under.
Okay. No, it's good. It's a good dichotomy we have here because no one line has been overwhelmingly picked. We have 3 people on the Packers, 1 on the Bucks. We have 2-2 Bills and Chiefs. The under for the Packers-Bills game, or the Packers-Bills over-under. Jesus Christ. Packers-Bucks over-under. The 3 of us are over. Chris is under. And for the Chiefs-Bills over-under, we have 3 unders and 1 over. We're not all on one side for anything. So
I feel like this is a first.
Yeah.
Because there's only 2 games.
2 games, but yeah. We have a nice variety here. So I'm excited about it. Any props you guys are thinking about this weekend?
No, I hate this week. I hate championship games.
Devontae Adams. He did it last week against Jalen.
I did. Well, no.
Did he hit any overs?
He hit the anytime.
Anytime team.
He hit the catches too, right?
In catches, he did get at the very end at 8.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know what it was.
I did take his live bet in. It was like at it was at like 45 live.
What?
Receiving yards?
Receiving yards.
He had 9 for 66 and 1.
And then he got the 20-yard completion right before half.
Because he didn't catch much to start the game. Was it his first reception, that 3-yard touchdown?
Yes,
No.
or second, maybe. It was
Okay, yeah.
I think he had 2 for 10 maybe. I mean, you guys are all on the Packers. The only way the Packers win that game is if Devontae Adams goes off. You're fooling yourself. They're not going to run the ball that much. What do you think it's Lazard?
Do you think last week he went off?
I went 9 for 66 and 1, but
that's not off, and they won handily.
I think
against the Rams offense versus a Buck, as opposed to a Bucks offense. I get what he's saying. I mean, they could easily still win and cover without Adams surpassing 9 for 66 and 1. But yes, obviously they have a way better chance of covering and winning with Adams going.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think the Bucks offense is all that great. How many times did they get freaking field position against the Saints off these turnovers? 4 turnovers. They barely.
Yeah, but that Bucks defense is so good, man. Like they had pressure up front all day, and then all of a sudden you put Lattimore on an island with Mike Evans, basically shut him out the whole game outside of that touchdown, that little 3-yard touchdown. So like you take away Mike Evans, and then you put a ton of pressure on Brady. I don't think the Packers do that.
Yeah,
I mean a little bit. Obviously, they're not terrible.
Jared Goff, yes, last week.
Fucking Jared Goff, really? He sucks.
I mean,
he's more mobile than freaking Brady.
Well, that's fair. But he also had a fucking pretty much a broken thumb. Like,
I know it affected his running a little.
Yeah, I'm not expecting Tom scrambling out of the pocket.
Adams is right now his over under is 8.5 catches at minus 114 and 89.5 yards.
Too many, way too many.
I think he gets. I go with the
Anytime
yards.
TD is minus 200 too.
Of course, they fucking loaded it. I like the yards. I don't know what the catch is a little much.
9 catches is a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. He barely got it, like you said last week. But the yards,
and he got like 6 in the second half there, and he got 2, I think, late.
90 yards minus 114.
No, I would do that. That seems fair.
Godwin yards are low too.
They spread the ball out too much.
66 yards minus 114. Yeah, but Brown looks like Antonio Brown's kind of banged up. I don't know how much they're going to use him. He didn't play the whole second half.
Yep.
So I think Godwin would be a good one to look at, or even Mike Evans. Mike Evans got shut down because he was on Lattimore. Jair Alexander, does he shadow or does he play aside?
I think they typically have him move around, but no, they've moved him around in the past. But I feel like they're going to have to put him on Adams. Because what the fuck else do you do?
Well,
and the rest of their secondary is not great.
Evans, you mean?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I just don't know if they'll put him on Godwin or Evans, and Godwin and Evans both are 65 yards minus 114. So I think one of them's going to go off. You just got to figure out who. I think that's a good one to go after.
Tyreek 5.5 over under catches.
Ooh, that's nice.
It's juiced. It's minus 167.
Yeah, it's less nice. You want Robert Tonyan? 3 touchdowns.
Big Bobby?
I don't want.
What's his?
That's it. That's it.
Okay. Well,
1 touchdown for Tanyan's only minus 110.
It's not terrible. Yeah, I'm just looking at it. I mean, if we think Mahomes is going to be not too mobile, maybe Williams rushes one in. Plus 200 anytime touchdown. It's an interesting one.
I would wait till see if Edwards-Helaire is in and out.
Yeah, true.
That's fair. Okay. He does not. He does have a line for an anytime touchdown. Plus 120 right now. Interesting. Okay, maybe I take that back.
I think he's in play.
Kelsey and Hill both minus 143 on a touchdown. Diggs is even money.
What?
Diggs is plus 100. Even money on any time. That's a nice one. Might have to put that in right
Just
now.
take them all.
No, I'm just talking through them, but I think the Diggs anytime. I mean, there's no way the Bills even fucking come close if Diggs doesn't score. They're not rushing it in.
Let's go ahead.
Well, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I already threw one in on Diggs.
Yeah, that's a good one. No line on Mahomes though. I noticed that.
Yeah, I mean, you still have to wait.
Josh Allen high on the passing yards.
If it's 290, that's too high.
306 for minus 114.
That's too high.
That is too high. You can get under 300 yards on him, almost even money. You can get even money is under 315. That's wild. I might just have to pull him up. I don't even know if he's done that all year.
No, he definitely has.
Okay. I'm over.
He had like 400-yard passing
He had
games.
324 against the Colts.
That's true. He might have done it a few times here. I'm trying to
He had
pulling up his game log.
320, against New England, 360 against Denver, 375 against San Fran, 415 against Seattle, 307 against the Jets.
He has hit it 3 of his last 5 games. So it's not crazy. And those defenses aren't. Against Pittsburgh, he didn't do it. And against Miami, good defenses. But Kansas City's not. Yeah, okay, maybe not. Maybe stay away. Anyway, maybe, shop your options on the props. There's definitely going to be a lot of potential value depending on who plays in terms of the injuries with Kansas City and Buffalo. So, any other conference championship news, guys? We're almost at the Super Bowl.
I know. We made it through a COVID year of football.
I only have one future on the Super Bowl. Kansas City one that Nick baited me into, and I got really worried when the Patrick Mahomes got hurt.
It's the only way it wasn't going to hit. Oh, we never know.
It's still live, but
It's plus, up to plus 200.
Hey,
I'd still take it.
that's even more room for the Bucks, because if it's Bucks Chiefs, Bucks will get some good money on the money line there. Whereas Packers, I don't know. Packers.
I think they'll both be -3. -3.5.
There's not a bad situation for the NFL on this. Bills making it to the Super Bowl is the worst of the options. Yeah. But the NFL set, these are, like we said, great matchups.
Yeah, Mahomes Brady or Mahomes Rodgers is money. Josh Allen, I mean, their Bills are a great story. I mean, Josh Allen's a comeback. Not comeback, but what's the award for like breakout play? Isn't it
most improved
player? You'll probably win it.
Oh yeah, I don't see. Yeah, but I mean, for a lot of these fan bases, I am rooting for the Bills because it's just a downtrodden fan base that's been tortured for so many years, and it's a great story.
It is. So, fuck them. Go Chiefs.
Yeah, it would be funny if the first time they make the Super Bowl, then Tom Brady's there. It's like, hey guys, remember me? Like
have to face Brady again.
Can't get rid of me.
God damn it! That would be hilarious if they make it to the Super Bowl, play the Bucks, and then
Brady beats them.
And Brady beats them.
Oh my god,
that would be hilarious.
Even he moves to the other conference and he still just burns the Bills. That'd be my priceless narrative there. But anyway, take our advice. Don't take our advice. But in either event, good luck with all your bets this weekend, and thanks for listening.
See ya.